Okay, we are joined by Syracuse student athletes closest to me, CJ Fair. Baye Moussa Keita is on the far end there. Welcome to Buffalo, guys. We will, same format for those of you who haven't been here, please raise your hand. We'll get a microphone to you. If you could please give your name and your media affiliation before your question. You're allowed one follow-up. If we go ahead and raise your hands if you have a question, we'll get a microphone to you. Back here on the left.
Yeah, this is for CJ. It's Dom Amori from the Hartford Courant. CJ, what is the greatest benefit that you got from playing your entire 4 years at Syracuse, for you staying that fourth year? What's the biggest benefit to your growth and development?
I would say, maturity. Coming in as a freshman, you don't really know what to expect in college, and then sometimes it can be, a rude awakening for some players. For me, I wasn't playing that much, and then as time went on, I had to, grow up and adjust, and I think it made me mature in a fast way.
Right here, we'll go here in the front first, and then in the back.
David Wilson from the Daily Orange. CJ, a lot of times when you face an opponent in the NCAA tournament, they're not that familiar with the zone. Western Michigan played against Eastern Michigan, though, who obviously runs a similar zone to you guys. Does that kind of take away some of the advantage that you guys normally have coming into the NCAA tournament, their little added familiarity?
I don't think so. I believe probably everyone in this tournament probably played against a team that ran in zone at some point. Eastern Michigan, they do run the same style of zone we play, but I don't think it gives us advantage or a disadvantage, really.
Back here, Jerry.
I guess for either player, Jerry Sullivan, the Buffalo News. To read about Boeheim, you'd think he never watched film, just rolled out the balls. He really simplifies the sport. But, what can you tell me about the real genius of Jim Boeheim that sort of gets, underestimated?
Jerry, was that directed at either one or either? CJ, why don't you start?
All right. I think what's underestimated is Coach Boeheim. He loves to win, and he do whatever it takes to win. So, he don't really have favorites as far as players. Is whoever can help him get the win, that's who he's going to play.
Bye.
Like CJ said, he really doesn't have a favorite player. He just want to go out there and just see who can help him win the games. He doesn't really have a favorite. This is my favorite player or not. And he's gonna get at you because he can get better as a player. But he's gonna get in. Sometimes he's gonna get on the bad side of you, but he just wants you to get better. So I think there's not. He doesn't play favor or nothing. He just gonna coach you and want you to get better.
Okay, we got a question right down front here. Right here.
Mike Sealski from the Philadelphia Inquirer. This question is for either one of you guys. If you could describe the difference getting to the Final Four last year with Michael Carter-Williams and then having Tyler be the point guard this year, how are those two players similar? How are they different? If you just kind of compare the way you guys played with each one.
Mike was a different point guard. He was a lanky point guard. He's like 6'5", right, as a point guard, and he was able to, hold up. And he was a second-year point guard, so he got a little bit. He didn't play a lot his freshman year, but he got the experience from Scoop and the other guys kind of tell him what to do. Tyler is a freshman, so he's a little bit harder for him. But I think as a player, they both have a plus and a minus, which is really different. But as Mike was able to get a lot of steals, as Tyler too get a lot of steals throughout the zone, and he's a really smart point guard too. Tyler, I think his court awareness is great, and every time he get the ball, he knows exactly where he has to go, which is make a big difference compared to the other point guards.
I think they got two completely different styles of play. Tyler, he's he plays at his own pace. He speeds up when he wants to, but normally he's at his own pace. And Mike, he's much more. I think the biggest difference is much more like emotional on the court. You could tell Mike's like fire and drive that he wants to win, and Tyler, I know he wants to win as bad as anyone on the team, but he just got a different personality, I say. But both of them great point guards. They both pass first and try to get the team involved.
Right back in the center.
Gabe Altieri, WAR in Syracuse. Baye, you guys have a little bit of an athletic advantage against them. Is there a big emphasis on getting out in transition against this Western Michigan team?
Coming to the game, we're just going to go ahead and play our game, which is, this is going to be a different team because, like I said, everybody we play on this team, on this tournament, they already play a type of zone. And our best advantage probably, if we can get the transition, we're going to go ahead and get it every single time. If we can, we're just going to hold the ball and run our offense. That's how we're playing, I think.
For both players, Mark Herman from Newsday in New York, I just wanted to get what impressed you most about this first year in the ACC, and what did you miss the most about the Big East?
CJ, you want to start?
You hearing everyone, all the media saying how, you're going from physical Big East basketball to more up and down ACC basketball, but I think the physicality of the ACC was underestimated or underrated, I should say. You got some teams that got similar styles, like Virginia, similar styles as the Pittsburgh, and you play against Duke. They more up and down, and it's just you get a taste of everything in the ACC, not just one style. And I say I would miss the most in the Big East, just the Big East tournament, just playing in the Garden. I say that's the one thing I really miss.
Just like CJ, before we get in the ACC, everybody was like this, running gun type of play. But like we said, we play different teams and they have different type of style of play. You play a team like Boston College, they're gonna hold the ball and make you work for it on defense. You play like Duke, you're gonna go up and down. So I think that was an underestimate. With the ACC, we got have the opportunity to go see different places. But the one thing we all miss is the Big East tournament because there's a lot and the rivalry between us and the different schools. We were just watching the Georgetown game again, us and them. So this is just a big rivalry. But now you have to make a new rivalry starting this year.
Guys, all the way back to the left here.
Andy Young with Time Warner Cable News in Buffalo. CJ, what can you tell me about the experience of getting to the Final Four last year that might help you guys and make another run?
Just getting to the Final Four last year, knowing how fun it was and the great experience it was, it give you that much more motivation to try to get back there again. We know what it takes to get there, and it's not an easy road, but it's fun. So I think us having that experience can help us in a way.
And as a follow-up to that, what are the differences and similarities you see between this year's team and last year's team?
I say it's hard. I say last year's team, we had more, veterans on the court at a time. This year we had to regroup. We got more freshmen and sophomores playing minutes and players playing new roles. Opposed to last year, everyone know what their role is, what position he's going to play. This year it was more of a you got to bounce around different positions. So I say that was the biggest, difference.
Go right down here, guys.
Trevor Haas from the Daily Orange. Baye, you often say that it's you play like it's your last game every game, but tomorrow it actually could be your last game. So what's your mindset going into tomorrow?
Just like I said before, this every game we can play from 1 game to 6 games, and our goal is just to play all 6. And like CJ said, it's going to be a tough road because every team you play is one of the best teams in the country. Doesn't matter because the team you play want to beat you in this tournament. So we're just going to go ahead and just play like it's our last game. Went down to Greensboro, it didn't win the way we wanted. So now it's just time to redeem ourselves because this might be our last basketball game in college. So we really don't want that to happen. So we're going to play the best we can and just lead the other guys because we're the last two, we're the seniors, and we have to lead them to, victory.
Good time for two more. We'll start up front here. Right in front.
Dave Garicki, Detroit News. CJ, when you see tape and stuff on Western, what style are they similar to a team that you might have played already this year, if any?
I mean, if I was to compare so far, I might say Boston College because they got guards that can shoot out from deep, and then they got a good inside presence with a couple post players. So it keeps your defense honest. You gotta respect the 3-point, and you gotta battle with them inside. So I think that's like the biggest comparison I can think of off top.
Time for one more.
CJ, could you answer that question about this perhaps being your last game, and what kind of thoughts go on in your mind?
I mean, yeah, it could be my last game, but us as a team, we want to prolong this season and not get it cut short. First game, we want to hopefully we win tomorrow, get the first game under our belt, and that can get us going.
Before we wrap up, I want to recognize Sports Information Director at Syracuse, Pete Moore, is over on the far left here. You can see him for any requests for our Syracuse student athletes and coaches. CJ, Baye, thanks very much for your time. Good luck tomorrow.
Thanks.
Be back shortly with Coach Boeheim.